German Christian Democrat Elmar Brok is a member of the European Parliament who's with the same center-right EPP voting bloc as Viktor Orban's Fidesz party. Thank you for speaking with us here on France 24. After listening to Viktor Orban, should Parliament vote for Article 7 for those political sanctions against Hungary?
I think the Parliament will do that. I don't know whether it gets a two-thirds majority. Orban is now speaking to the EPP group. We have still questions to him, but we should see that it's not everything what we do not like in Hungarian policy is the question of Article 7. Article 7 is the question when a country violates democracy principles and the rule of law. And therefore, especially, he has to give answers to the question of the freedom of universities and the question of the rights of NGOs. It is the two main questions at the moment, not all the other questions, not a way of migration policy where many countries have different opinions. And here we wait for him to give answers that he wants to move in these positions. Otherwise, I think also the majority of the EPP group will vote for Article 7.
Austria's Christian Democrats siding with you, with that opinion that there should be Article 7 sanctions, even though in Austria they're in a coalition with the far right. How is it looking right now in Europe?
Look, it's okay. So I have said it. Mr. Orban has to give satisfying answers that he will discuss it and will move on this question. There's two questions I've mentioned, which are at the moment on the table. Reliable in that questions of Article 7. And if that does not happen in the next 1 hour, I think the majority of EPP people will vote for Article 7. And it has to make clear also, and because that was totally wrong by Orban, who was speaking like Louis XIV. I am the state. He is not Hungary. He's a Prime Minister of Hungary, and that his position is always the position of Hungary, and we are against it in the pride of Hungary, and someone is against Hungary. This is totally unacceptable. If you're a member of the European Union, you have to follow the democratic and rule of principles of the European Union.
Yeah, he said at one point, you think you know better than the Hungarian people what the Hungarian people need. What happens afterwards if he sticks to that position? What's the next step?
That is that the European Parliament might call the Commission to start an Article 7 procedure. That is all written in the treaty, what happens. And then they have to start or check it and find out whether there's enough reasons. And then there's a procedure there which finally goes also to the European Council and to the Council.
Elmar Brok, one final question for you. We're right now in the pre-positioning ahead of European elections that take place in the spring. Does Orban's party still have a place inside your voting bloc in the European Parliament?
Look, it depends on how the development will be, what his policy will follow, but we have to see. The Liberals have a similar problem with Mr. Babiš, the Prime Minister of Czech Republic, and if I see the government in Romania, they changed the law, the courts, in order to make corruption possible. The Defender Party chairman is convicted of corruption. I think we should look also in these cases. All the political parties have to look in their sinners who are against our principles in the European Union, not just is it a question to the EPP, it's also a question to the Liberals and to the Social Democrats.
Elmar Brok, many thanks for speaking to us live from Strasbourg.